Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager 23. This is episode 37. We're experiencing some late season drama, beginning particularly with a bit of a revelation, a bit of a surprise. Last season, the mechanic was completely broken on this topic. This season, they've got it fixed, folks. Hobo, for the second time, has come around and demanded or requested a contract termination. This time, I went ahead and chose terminate contract. No cost. Just see ya later. Now, the reason, of course, behind that is that our hobo has been injured near constantly for the last couple of years. Just constant. One injury after another. Comes back from injury, and 1 to 2 tournaments later is injured once again, misses the following 3-4 tournaments, and then comes back. We had one small stretch lasting about 2 months last season where Urhobo was actually healthy for an extended period. 2 months is not very extended. We're talking about a 4 tournament stretch, maybe, at best. 1, 2, or 3 of those tournaments and saved our bacon for where we were last year in terms of expectations for Urhobo. That little stretch, that little bit ended up being just enough. But then here we are into the next season, and the same damn thing has been happening over and over and over again. Urhobo has been injured. Now, we've also seen, though, within the team, that Rekirkova has at least experienced one injury this season, so definitely not exempt from it. But no Urhobo any longer. So we said terminate contract. Last year you would do that and nothing happens. Do that, nothing happens. Do that, nothing happens. I tried half a dozen times with one of our athletes to never have them actually terminate contract. But this year, first go, that's it. Urhobo is gone. So right now, as we just got through World Cup group qualifying, we're into the last little portion of the season, nearly into October. Rekirkova is thrilled with a fantastic season all the way into the top 100. Thurman back into a high ranking is fairly happy. I think we should be good to go for these two going forward. We've got 2 weeks until we have our next tournament for Thurman, and it's Wuhan Open, so we're talking about big stuff. Current webbing, the intelligence is high, but the mental is low, so they offset a bit. You can see movement is absolutely our strong suit, and our return serve a little bit higher than some of the others, but fairly balanced cross-play. Now a 4-star player. Interesting little reveal here. So having coached for the national team, getting through that group stage, we actually received a $40,000 bonus for succeeding and getting out of the group stage. So good to know that there's going to actually be something tangible out of that, not just some sort of extra assignment, but more money for the academy, which we're sitting on about $1 million. Almost time to make another upgrade happen. Rekirkova is playing in the U.S. Open Junior and has picked up a minor injury, just a bruise on the arm. Should not be out, but is out. That's weird. No, okay. Okay, that's reassuring. I mean, it's not reassuring that we lost, but it's reassuring that a bruise to the arm did not see Rekirkova withdraw. She was beaten in 3 sets. U.S. Open Junior performance for Rekirkova has seen something that we've really struggled to get when it came to Thurman. Just twice we've seen an upgrade in this entire series. One of them was from a deeper run than that. We got all the way to, a final or a semifinal in a junior slam. And here, just around a 16 appearance, we'll see a at least 4-point gain for Rekirkova, 2 for composure, 1 for confidence, and 1 for fighting spirit. As Killer Instinct sits on just a 5, I'm pretty sure we did not see an upgrade there as well. So 4 points is the grand total that we earned for that one. But that does bump Rekirkova from 2.5 to 3 stars now. I know it's something I stated earlier in the series, but it's been quite a while since we've talked about it as a subject. And just a reminder how important it is to not just go for the automatic, the one that has the highest source of income. If we upgrade the press conference room, we're going to make $41,000 a month more. The restaurant, we're only going to make $28,000 plus $13,000, right? Win-win. But cost, twice. Expense goes up by nearly $20K or $18K. So with an $18K increase, we're actually only talking about a $23,000 increase for the other one. We're talking about less than a $10K increase in terms of the expenses. So we're actually making about $19K. It's nearly the same. It is less, but marginally. We're talking about maybe $3,000 a month less in terms of profit margin for half the cost. Which means we could turn around and invest it into something else and far exceed the gain of $3,000 that you're going to get. So be careful on the choices you make in terms of infrastructure upgrades, as things do vary quite wildly in terms of the cost side. So pay attention to that net gain. Following a little break that we had just taken to get some training in, which we did make some progress in there, one point specifically, but made some gains in other areas to get us closer to 2-3 more points. Thurman, now ranked 34th, heads to the mandatory tournaments, Wuhan, 900 level. And we get a bit of a difficult draw on this one. So expectations are low, and after a World Cup week plus 2 weeks of training, we suddenly find ourselves with good form being just okay form. But it's not to stop us. Very close, very, very close, 7-6, 7-5. But it is a winner for us. We took 54% of the points in this one. First serve points was a real advantage for us. Break points converted. You know, our stats were really kind of similar in the break points category. Minus 13 on winners, but a much cleaner match. For one, the unforced errors, we were +2. But more importantly, where we really dominated this match was the total forced errors. +25. Huge advantage. We may not have had the number of straight up winners that she had. We were definitely behind, but we forced her into making mistake after mistake after mistake by just barely reaching difficult ball after difficult ball. Nice thing about this is first round is only worth 1 point, but that second round it jumps to 60 just like that. So that's a decent haul. It's not a great haul, but it's a decent haul. What about the prize money? Yeah, it's only a marginal jump. It's the points. But for us, second round is going to be difficult as Pegula is our next opponent, but Pegula is not in the top 10 where she was in real life about a year ago at this time. So currently 45th in the rankings. Maybe, just maybe, we could find ourselves against Corey Goff in the round of 16. And Goff only 8th herself right now. Not too realistic for either of them in their rankings compared to real life. First time we've actually gone up against Pegula. She's on weak form. So our average form is actually a little bit better than hers, but you can see just how strong her mental is, and compared to how weak ours are, is we actually have better skill than her in so many areas, but she's got that real advantage, that experience that we just can't seem to get anywhere. Is a 900 level tournament something that we could see getting through to, say, the third round? Would that be enough to see us maybe gain something mentally, trigger something? We might just find out as we've beaten Pegula 6-love, 7-6. Came down to the tiebreaker in that second set, but a very comfortable first set. Huge advantage both in winners. Forced errors was the same. Unforced errors +4. So really just a dominating performance for us. Well done to Thurman there. Now we are into that third round. I think there's a shot. There's a definite chance that we could see that mental gain. I think Thurman, that's by far the biggest thing holding her back right now, is just that lack of gaining something in that mental area to get a little more consistent with her play, because she's got the skill now to be competitive, not necessarily with the top 10, but to be competitive with virtually anybody else. And it shouldn't come down to her form, really shouldn't, but that seems to be the tipping point because of the lack of fighting spirit, that last little bit to finish matches off. Third round comes with 105 points, 113,000. Things are looking good. Beating Corey Goff, it's not looking too good. But if you do manage, you got a real shot of getting through the quarters, as the higher ranked opponents are all in the other end. There's only a single matchup in the round of 16 of unseeded opponents. Goff, like us, medium form. Unlike us, very well-rounded web. We have a pretty good web. Not like that. Definitely not like that. We're already putting in a pretty solid performance for this tournament, but with the scale of what's at stake to try to beat Corey Goff, it's a big opportunity for us. Highly unlikely, but let's test things out. Let's see where we're at compared to a proper top 10, a proper top 5 player in the world who's pushing her way towards a number 1 ranking, if not there. I don't know who has our number 1 ranking in the world at this exact moment. But Corey Goff is coming off a U.S. Open victory, is she not? 30 all here. We've already had a double fault, something we didn't even have in the last match, and we're still in the first game. Oof, that was well wide, and we've already been broke. Very first game, and we've already been broke. That seemed mental. I mean, that was very unforced. Ball on the very back edge of the line there. We got a little fortunate there. That could have been an out call. I do think it might have just about hit the line, though. I mean, so it was not a guaranteed out call that we got away with. Nicely done there. She puts up a really good serve, and we have an excellent, perfect return on it to score the point. Could we turn around and break her? Wouldn't that be something? Certainly keep us in it. Oh, she goes long there. Nicely played, and we do. Wow. Serve is not where it's at in this one. Serve receive is leading the way. 40-15. The first service game from either has been won here in the third game played. It looks like she might be following that up with her own. And it does. 2 games all. So as this season is getting ready to wind down, I've definitely learned a couple things this season. We have a tiny chance here to break. We have advantage. Oh my goodness, we've broken Goff again. We lead 4-2 here in this first set. This is really surprising. She was on medium form, right? Same as us. In fact, I think we might actually be all the way down on weak form. Not the bad stuff, but the weak stuff. 15-40 on the brink of getting broke, and we've come back. Straight points have advantage. Chance to go up 5, but she's hit deuce. But we get that lead again. This is an important point for us. If we can take this... Oh, into the net. Ouch. If we could take this game... there's that thing again, right? How many times have we been in a position here? We've had advantage, what, 4 times already in this game? There's no killer instinct. Easy, unforced. But then we get a too easy play. But that too easy play, it's because it's on deuce. It's like, when we have the advantage, we're just terrible. On the line, got it. She thought it was going to be long. The call is in. And we are up 5-2. We've got to win this first set now. It's a must. In fact, a chance to do it right away with another break point. Technically set point. Oh, wow. And we've pulled it off. We have won a set against Corey Goff. I don't know if we're going to win this match, but we looked really good in that first one. She's a bit tired already, too, so could be something. I can't bear to watch too closely. what's going to happen. How badly is she going to beat us now, or do we somehow manage? We almost broke her in the first game. But never mind, she broke us in the first game. It was the other way around. We were serving that. We had 2 chances to break her there to draw level. Did not manage to do so. And then she turns around and breaks us again. So yes, that it's quite clear. Second set will be hers. Her quality is shining through after we had a nice start on this one. And there you go, 6-2, 2-6. A decisive third set to figure out who's going to move on. Great start though. 30 love, 40 love. And the first game is ours. So second game is hers. And she breaks us. Looks like she's going to emerge. I said this a handful of episodes back, but I really wish that there was some sort of system for a modifier based on ranking.
15 low.
You score.
30 low.
She got the ace on that one. It's a little bit over the line, but I do think it did touch the line. It's the right call.
Second service.
Oh, right back at her.
House.
Oh,
40, 15.
but she dug it out right at the ground, right off the bounce. I couldn't get a clean hit on it. Like she might have caught the frame on the racket itself. Something I'm all too familiar with.
40, 30.
Well done there. It's almost a must-win here if we're going to have a chance still. I think that ship might have already sailed on us. But maybe not. Maybe not. It's deuce. Weak serve gives us the front foot for this point. Can we do something with it? Right now we're just hitting straight at her. We finally at least pull her a little bit side to side, but we are not being aggressive right now. We're being pretty neutral. And somehow we just beat her.
Second service.
Not sure. She's great physically, I thought, as a player at golf. Well, we saw her web. She's incredibly well-rounded. She's not a perfect player or anything, but she's got very high marks across the board.
House. Advantage.
Oh. Should have had a winner there. That was a definite winner. Not sure if that was a forced or unforced error.
4 games.
It wasn't the easiest one to reach, so it might have come down as a forced error, but we do lose the game.
15.
And she breaks us. That's match on the brink, folks. It's match point. Still impressed that we've been able to take a set from Corey Goff. Not something I feel we're quite good enough to do yet, but apparently we are. Not good enough to beat her across 3 sets yet. Her talent emerged and put her into the driver's seat to take the match anyway, despite losing the first set. And we weren't terribly competitive in the other 2, but we got 1 set. I'll take that as a win. We got to the 3rd round, round of 16 for a major tournament for the first time. I'll take that as a win. Can this be the trigger point for her own gains? Rekakova just got one for a mediocre U.S. Open Junior. Really? I mean, that saw gains? Where are the gains for Thurman? Could this be it? No, of course it's not a game. Of course not. Why would it be? Why would it be? It's only a 900 level tournament that she got 3 rounds deep in with absurdly low attributes. It's like, I don't know what the trigger point has to be. I mean, it has to do with the big tournaments, right? The one gain she had early in her career was a junior slam. Rekakova gets 3 rounds in and she gets that game. We got further than 3 rounds in more than once in the juniors, but we never won one. But we got gains 1 time in the juniors. Seniors, first slam, got about 2 rounds, 3 rounds in, and that was enough. Figured a 900 level 3 rounds in should have been enough for another, but it's not. Hey, yay, so be it. But at least it helped our form, right? Looks like we could be headed for a second round match with Rybakina, but we have a favorable first round match against a Croatian player in Worth who's just outside of the top 100 and got here via qualifier. Means probably does have some form right now, but I love our chances of at least getting out of the first round for the second tournament in a row 2 weeks later, still in China at Beijing Open. Worth had excellent form. Worth beat us the first time we ever played and just beat us again. Are you kidding me? This qualifier player has somehow found a way to get the best of Thurman not once but twice now. Unforced errors. She's the one who kept it really clean this time. We were minus 11. Forced errors was minus 2. Winners was minus 1. We didn't win in any facet. Break points converted 4 times. We had a break point. Didn't get any one of them. She got 2 out of 3. So that's just about the difference there, isn't it? That is the difference there. I mean, that's what it came down to. Junior finals coming up in a few weeks. We're going to also be wrapping this episode up in a few moments. But my selection for the Junior World Cup finals, a little bit different this time. The same 3, Waddles, Bustos, Stearns to anchor the team. But Glossman and Nicole Brown were the other 2 we had last time. Both of them are in poor form right now, struggling, seeing their rankings fall. So my choice for the next one is who's in form, who's on the climb, who's going to hopefully continue to play or perform at a higher level. And so that's Jessup coming in. But also having moved up significantly in the rankings is Amanda Redelick. So those are the 2 that come in to replace Glossman and Nicole Brown. For a while, I've been working on Thurman's speed, trying to get it to a 16, but it's a long, slow process. We added that outdoor track, and it gives us better training on speed, but she's just not improving rapidly any longer for something that doesn't have like elite level training, really. Track improves it, but not in an elite level sort of way. So the speed's coming along slowly. It's nearly to a 16, which I'll be very happy with that. Meanwhile, the reflex is just byproduct of other training, nearly to a 17, just a couple % away. The other thing that I've been focusing on besides the speed, because I haven't wanted to go too hard with it, it's heavy training to improve that, and you can absolutely suffer as a result. The positioning is that one mental trainable one that is lagging behind it, just 14. So I have been working a little bit on that, but we don't have any major dedicated trainings for that. So it's a lower attribute, so it's a lower threshold in terms of the experience you need to gain, but we just don't have any quality training there. So I've been kind of balancing the 2 of late, because that's light training where the speed's heavy training, and that's kept us from getting too tired. You can see we're at 100% a day before we begin our next tournament. We're entering a new week, so hopefully our form does not just drop off to neutral once again. It was only 1 week in between. It really wasn't that long, so hopefully we can maintain fairly high form. But of course, last time we got knocked out in the first round, and that's why it's dropped off. Morale's high, though. Plenty of technical attributes are right there on the verge of leveling up, but I really have not done any focused training in quite some time. But I will soon. That speed, once we get there, I may or may not push on the agility yet, but the positioning, I absolutely want to get at least 1 more point on that before we dive into the technicals for a little bit. Take a few free points as they come. I mean, there's a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are all right on the verge. I could use that backhand accuracy. I could use that return as well as a 7th and 8th. I don't care too much about the lob at this stage. That's a lot of attribute points that could really take us to another level in that area that would be quite easy to get to. So, and then, you go right back into the physicals, get that agility point or get that next speed point. Do what you got to do, right? But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one and be safe out there. Bye for now.